I love it when a guy asks me, what does that mouth do? And they expect me to say, yeah. But when reality is that my mouth is perfect. Licking your chocolate starfish.
Editor, pause it. This is not YouTube friendly. Get out, get out. Now, if I actually see this woman, my hill kids, cover your eyes. But guys, oh, she's still here. Editor, get her out. No thirst traps on the channel. Let's rather move on, guys, to this woman who, whether you want to believe it or not, guys, is a woman that speaks some sense. I know. Not my usual. But today is a bit of a special episode. Forget about the thirst trap and all that BS. Today, actually, guys, we're going to talk about the state of dating. We're going to talk... I have a little special for you guys. I have a article that we're going to read. An actual post, guys. An actual study has been done. Hidan, where's the citation? I'm going to give you a citation for this one, alright? And then we'll move on to articles as always. But now, guys, let's start with this young lady. Please like and subscribe.
There is an obvious war on young men happening right now, and the objective of this war is to keep men and women divided so that we don't join together to create family units, because if there's one thing that the elites hate, it is a strong family unit. And if I'm being completely honest, I don't see this problem getting better until women, myself included, take responsibility for the hand that we've had in radicalizing men. I'm gonna add this disclaimer even though
There you go. There's a lot of women, guys, who agree that, oh yes, men and women are divided, we have this issue. But what a lot of women don't do is take accountability. I know, that's like a constant with women. But yeah, I mean, after all, even though men have also fell into this trap of further dividing men and women, I mean, I am someone who divides men and women, right? But the point is, it's actually women who initiated feminism, right? Now, notice how there's no feminism for men. The feminism, guys, has been the biggest divide between men and women, and feminism has radicalized all interactions between both genders. And I don't see women talking enough about it, right? Because after all, you are the ones who initiated this, and you are the ones who currently still have the power to change dating dynamics, but you don't. Right? Because you enjoy chat too much, and you enjoy all the attention that you get, and you enjoy having 200 likes on Tinder. So there's that. Do men have a blame in it? Of course. But just not as much as women, I would think. So great on this woman for telling this. Also, couldn't help but notice, no hand tattoos. Right? Speaking some sense, being a good woman, no hand tattoos. No butterfly on the chest. Just like this one. But alright. Let's continue.
I shouldn't have to. I'm obviously not saying that women are solely responsible for fixing this issue, okay? I'm not saying that. But I will say that we had a big hand in creating this problem, and it is our responsibility to partially amend it. So what's going on with young men exactly? Well, the simple answer is they are not doing well. They are not succeeding. Women are surpassing them at every level in professional careers and education, all of it. Okay, we are seeing young men struggle. They are addicted to porn. They are addicted to video games. They do not want to partake in society because they have internalized this message that society and women hate them. Now, because this is the message that they are constantly...
I'm going to pause it right here. I don't necessarily believe that women have surpassed men in every single aspect. You can see that by how much men and women are getting paid. Men are still getting paid more because they are doing the hard work, right? You don't see a lot of women working in a coal mine, for example. So I don't think that necessarily this is a problem that all men face. But I do agree that, yeah, a lot of men have given up and a lot of men don't care. And the reason for that is that one of the biggest incentives for men in this world are women. Like, one of the biggest incentives for men to try harder, get that better paying job and all that, is women, you know, to spoil your women, to, if you have children, you know, afford them with an easy life. If men don't have children or don't have girlfriends, well, then the question becomes, well, why will I become a manager and have my life being so stressful when I don't really need it? You know, I can keep working my job and playing my video games, and I don't really care about climbing the corporate ladder. So once you take the incentive out, that is women, that again is just one of the biggest incentives, at least for most men, to try and work harder. well, that's what you're met with. Men who don't really care that much. You know, there's no women in my life. Do I care about the government? No, I don't. Do I care about shareholder value for my company? No, I don't also. But let's continue, gentlemen.
Hearing from society, both online and offline, men are becoming more radical. They are looking towards figures like Andrew Tate because figures like Andrew Tate actually validate them. And we as women, we have not made this any easier for men. Okay. I will give you an example of what the average experience for a man is in this current society, especially online. Men go on TikTok and what do they see? They hear women saying, if you're not tall, rich, and hot, get out of my face. They see women doxing men online just for, you know, sending them a DM on Instagram just because they're ugly. They see women saying, men used to go to war and die and now they just take pictures. They see all of this and it just reinforces this idea that society hates them and that women hate them. I don't know about you, but I would also not want to partake in a society that makes me feel that way. I would also not want to couple up with the gender that's making me feel that way.
Very interesting, isn't it, fellas? It's almost as if when they stop to think for 5 minutes, if they were put in our shoes, how will they behave or react? And they hate it. It's like they come to the answer in 5 minutes. It takes 5 minutes of them stopping to think about their own ass and thinking about what men go through to come to the conclusion that, hey, maybe, you know, maybe it's not that good. And regarding Andrew Tate, whatever your beliefs are on Andrew Tate, I very much respect him, and I think he's been crucial for men because he was one of the first voices who actually gave a shit about men. And you have to respect that. In a society where men are being nagged all day long by Hollywood, by social media, by the television, you know, when men are constantly shot on, guys, Andrew Tate was one of the first ones who showed up and just told men, here's how you can have an easy life. I have a lot of cars. I fuck a lot of women. You know, I'm doing good in life, and you can achieve this too. Now, whether your goal is to F a lot of women or have 12 cars, that's beside the point. He was just a guy who, at his core, respected men, you know, and wanted them to become strong, which was something that was like finding a glass of fresh water in a desert. So that's why I think Andrew Tate became so popular and also so crucial and at the end of the day good. Even though he has had some controversial takes, all right, he may be on the rather extreme part of it, but still, I very much respect him for that.
Now, look, this conversation is very nuanced. I'm not saying this is the sole reason why men are becoming radicalized, because it's not. But it is a portion of it, right? And this is something that we as women can control. So ladies, I need you to stop complaining that there are no good guys out there, because first of all, that's not true. And also, we are not creating an environment that is going to facilitate the growth of good men. We are creating an environment that makes them want to be reclusive, because all we're doing is shouting, you suck, we hate you, get out of our faces. And I already know that some feminists are going to attack me in the comments saying, okay, pick me, okay, pick me, okay, pick Misha. But I don't care. I don't care, okay? I think it's very important that women are talking about this, okay? Because this is a problem. This is a problem in society. Men make up half of our population, okay? We want strong men. We need strong men in society. As much as you probably don't want to hear that, it's the truth, okay? Yeah.
What a pleasant woman. Am I right, fellas? You can hit her up. It's all right. I won't try it. I'll give it out to you guys. Competition starts. No, I'm kidding. But very pleasant woman all around. And, dude, it's just so good to see a woman finally caring about men's issues. And this is why, guys, I think that whining is good. A lot of people have told me in life, oh, Hidan, you gotta stop whining. It doesn't help you. You should just be a strong man and deal with it, you know, and just be optimistic. Well, no, because you see, if all men, instead of whining, were strong and dealt with it in silence, then the problem will never be resolved. When people are strong and deal with problems alone, maybe they fix the problem for themselves, individually. But society never changes, right? There's no outcry, there's no shouting from the rooftops, there's no people just gathering up and telling we're not going to deal with this, you know? This is why I consider whining to be good, necessary, and when enough men gather up and complain about dating and complain about women and complain about the world, then women are finally starting to notice, right? And media has noticed, everybody has noticed, thanks to complaining and whining. It's healthy, right? Maybe not to the level I do it, but it's still healthy. But guys, talking about complaining, bye-bye, last sane woman I'm going to cover probably this whole year. And let's move on, guys, to an article by Equimundo. Alright, let's check it out. So here it is, report launch Equimundo's State of UK Men 2025. 1 in 4 UK men believe they'll never be loved, while 62% say women expect too much from relationships. Only 62%, we gotta do better, guys. But this was posted just 2 days ago. Alright, and let's have a short look at this. November 14, 2025, London, UK. A new report from Equimundo in partnership with Beyond Equality reveals that 1 in 4 UK men believe no one will ever fall in love with them. So does that consider the amount of men who consider that love may happen, but not real love, rather a woman just milking you of your resources? I don't know if it considers that or not. But yeah, the point is not whether you can get into a relationship or not. A lot of men can get into a relationship, especially guys, if you're someone who is from 30 something to 60 and you are successful and you have money, you can get in a relationship in like 3 days. Just hit some single mom up that needs a provider, right? The question is not whether we can get in relationships or not. The question is whether they will be healthy and good relationships, right? Well, 62%, I continue to say, women expect too much in relationships. The finding comes from this study. Now, I won't read it because it's like 60 pages long, but you can go to Equimundo and read it for yourself. Gary Barker, president and CEO, says there is reason for both hope and worry. The findings of the study are clear. Ideas of what it means to be a man in the UK today are expanding. Some more restrictive ideas remain prevalent and alluring to many men, but there is also real cause for optimism. Men across the UK want and are ready to center care, connection, and community in their lives. By asking the right questions and investing in the right solutions, we can tip the balance towards men's care. So here's some key findings, gentlemen. 1 in 4 men believe no one will ever fall in love with them. 62% say women expect too much in relationships. 44% have given up on romantic relationships. Isn't that crazy, guys? Like, nearly half of men in the UK in this study have given up on romantic relationships. I find that crazy, right? And you have to consider that another big percentage of men are in relationships that are about to be broken, right? So this 44% is gonna increase sooner rather than later, because you have a lot of men who are currently in relationships and they're about to get backstabbed, they're about to get cheated on, you know, they're about to get dismissed the moment they don't perform. 76% of men using virtual partners say that the AI understands them better than anyone in real life. Yeah, so this just shows the level of quality in women, where 3 out of 4 men who resort to AI prefer AI rather than women. 91% of men say being a friend is central to being a man. Amid the challenges, men are embracing care. 81% of fathers say being a dad is the most important job in the world. And fathers are twice as likely to report a sense of life purpose. Men want connection with partners, children, and friends, said Gary Barker, CEO of Equimundo. We need to meet them there with the right policies and support. Yeah, this is something I've talked a lot on the channel, guys, is that there are some players, there are some bad boys, but at the end of the day, most men don't want that. Because men at the end of the day are driven by purpose in life, and honestly there is no purpose in fucking a lot of women. It's pleasant, you know, it's good, it makes you feel good, but there's no purpose in being a consumer of women. Most men who have gone through that don't feel satisfied, and most men don't like it, and most men don't want to participate in it, right? Just most men at the end of the day, they want the same old thing they've always wanted. They want to, just like in the stories, right? Save the princess, be meaningful to someone, be of service to someone, help, build, construct better. So there we go. But guys, we'll read the second part of this. There's another longer article that we'll read on Patreon. So if you want to learn about this, consider checking me on Patreon. Just for $5, you can get access to, I think, over 50 videos at this point and some nice articles and other content. But now, guys, let's move on to the article story that is titled, "Would Guys Actually Date a Woman Who's Never Been Kissed and Still a Virgin at 23/24? 23 female." So, guys, we're going to cover the last virgin woman upwards of 20, right? This is the last woman in the entire universe that is over 20 and still virgin. Let's read. 23 female turning 24 soon. I've only been in one relationship in my life about 5 years ago. Even in that relationship, I didn't have my first kiss because he was too pushy for SVX and I just couldn't kiss him after that. After that, I tried dating apps a few times, but nothing clicked. I had 1 or 2 situationships too, but both times I found out within a month that they were already dating someone else, so I just distanced myself from guys in general. So this woman has tried her best to lose her virginity, guys, but it just didn't work out because one guy was too pushy and the 2 situationships, before they could bang her and deflower her, she actually learned that they were into something serious. So this woman, guys, has managed to dodge her way into purity by basically dodging drops of water in a thunderstorm, right? This is the last woman, guys, above 20 who's still a virgin, hasn't lost her V card at 12 like most women nowadays do, right? Doesn't have a body count in the upward double digits by 23, and this is how she's just been really, really lucky. The stars have aligned each and every time she was ready to lose it. Let's continue reading. Right now, I'm focusing on my health, which I had been neglecting for years, and I'm preparing for a very important post-grade entrance exam. So realistically, I don't think I'll be dating for at least a year. I'm still a virgin, mainly because of the reasons above, and also because I was S3 actually used when I was around 10, 11. I told my ex about this, and for some reason he got weirdly excited about it. What in the hell? Which made everything even worse. That's why I couldn't kiss him or be intimate with him. I want to make it clear that I'm not asexual. I actually have a high libido. Well, I can help with that. But I don't want to have SVX with someone just for the sake of it. If I date someone in the future, I'd want it to be with someone I trust and feel safe with. So here we go again, guys. The last virgin woman in today's society. How does she get there? Well, first she's S3 actually used, which has caused some trauma in her mind, and then the stars aligned like 7 times in a fucking row in order for her to not lose her V card. Any other woman, guys, has a body count in the upward double digits because that's how it goes. But let's see the question. So my question is, after a year or so, when I eventually start dating again, will men be put off by this? Is it a deal breaker if a woman my age has never been kissed, is still a virgin, and has had very limited dating relationship experience? No, it won't. That's literally a fucking dream of 9 out of 10 men. A woman that is pure, innocent, and doesn't have a past that involves 380 wieners, right? And just having to picture and imagine all the guys that have been with her, just touching her wrist, sticking things everywhere, you know, all the holes I used. We don't want that. We want a pure, innocent woman. None of them are left. This is the only one left. This was posted 5 hours ago, so maybe by this point she has already lost her V card. But well, you know, what can you do, guys? In today's society, you either have to be 12 years old and date another 12-year-old in order to find a virgin. Not all 12 years old, but some of them are still virgin. Or that's it, you know. Basically, you cannot find any other woman who's been a virgin. Now, but guys, shall we read one more? Yeah, let's go for this one. This is a bit of a yappuccino, but let's read it. Just some general dating advice for the men out there. So more advice, guys. Let's read it. Just saw a post on Facebook saying that women don't like kind men because they see it as weak, and I thought I will share my response to anyone who needs to hear it. There's a lot of garbage advice out there that confuses more than it helps. Being kind and good is the strongest thing someone can do, especially when the world is trying to push them in another direction. We're not talking about being a nice guy who sucks up to women. These posts are leading young men astray. You don't need to be a cocky dick who is full of yourself to get women. Those people are honestly insufferable, and most women I know can't stand them. Yeah, but they fuck them. You see, you're not getting it right. You don't need to be a cocky dick who is full of yourself to get women. Okay, riddle me this one, you investigator. Why is it that all the players, okay, if you take a look at the men that get the most amount of pussy, all of them are cocky dicks full of themselves? Why? Riddle me that one. Alright? And the nice guy who treats women well are usually the ones who stay virgin up until 40 and nobody wants to touch them with a 10-foot pole. Yeah? Now, I'm not saying you should be a cocky dick. I'm just saying those are the ones that women reward. Do I like it? No, I hate it. I think that, in all honesty, you should be a kind, good, strong man. I really think that. Because that will give you purpose in your life. You know, especially if you're religious, you know that that's the right thing to do. It's not the right thing to be a cocky dick. But it's two separate things. You need to be good in your life, but if you want to be successful with women, you have to be a cocky dick, see? And if you want to be successful in life and at the things that matter, you'll probably be a virgin up until your 40s, when you go to Tatiana, alright? That's just how it works. That's how women reward it. You should be a kind person who is respectful and secure in yourself, who acts that way towards everyone, not because they want something in return, but because that's who they are. They should be strong and aren't afraid to stand up for themselves and others who can't stand up for themselves. They should be loyal to their friends, family, and their partner. Can you guys tell me when was the last time a woman gave a shit about how you treat your friends and family? Can somebody answer me that? When you go on Tinder, guys, does being respectful towards your friends and family something that shines bright upon women? No, it doesn't. Now, I'll get what you'll say. You'll say, oh, Hidan, but this is not talking about dating. Okay, but in today's... It's not talking about Tinder, right? Okay, but in today's day and age, dating mostly occurs through online dating, whether that be Tinder or Instagram or whatever. So if you don't want me to consider Tinder because that's not real dating, okay, but the world doesn't operate with quote-unquote real dating anymore, you see? It's like nobody gives a fucking shit how you treat your family. Nobody gives a shit what your morals are. Nobody gives a shit how you behave. Don't put others down. Instead, try and build them up. Separate yourself from any toxic people in your life and don't wish them bad. That takes away from your own peace. They should have their own interests and passions and build upon them so that they have something to share with their partner. I'm building, I'm building on myself like fucking Bob the Builder, but I don't have anyone to share it with because, yet again, women don't care about what you like. Women don't care about what you fight for. They don't. The amount of men that I know that are so good, they are building things, they are like, they want peace, they want tranquility, they are passionate about a certain hobby that is constructive and healthy and get like zero female attention for all those things. I know like dozens of these men, guys. You're probably one of them. Find something that gives your life purpose and meaning aside from getting women. I agree there. This could be church, volunteering, or anything. Don't just sit on your couch all day scrolling on social media. Get outside and experience life. Real life. Go touch some grass. I don't know, guys. Do you relate to this? Get outside and experience life. What are you going to do alone? Maybe you can go out with friends, alright? But what are you going to do? Are you going to book a vacation just for yourself? Are you going to go out into the park and you're all by yourself? I don't know, experience life. Not really a pitch when, again, women just don't appreciate anything. If you go out, you cannot even talk to them. because they're all the time with friends or uninterested. I know, I just find this a bit of a dull advice. But let me know what you think, guys. I continue. They should build their confidence by facing challenges, building themselves up, and doing that thing that they are afraid to do. When you fall, get yourself back up. Don't be discouraged by failure. When it comes to talking to women, always be true to yourself. You don't want them to fall for someone who doesn't exist. You want them to fall for the real you. Don't try too hard to impress them or treat them like a prize to be won. Just treat them like normal people, and if you like them, don't be afraid to show them you are interested without going overboard. You don't need to act like a simp. Just ask them out and see what they say. They're gonna say no thank you, they're gonna say they have a boyfriend. Don't play those stupid games trying to be hard to get. It really doesn't have to be that complicated. If they say yes, then that's awesome, there could be something there. But if they say no, just take it with grace, be respectful, and move on with your life. Yeah, just get dismissed 800 times, guys, and keep trying. Know when it's time to walk away, know your worth, and if they are doing the bare minimum, you sense they are playing with you or just keeping you around for validation, walk away and don't look back. I very much agree with this part. There are plenty of serious women out there. Oh yeah, guys, you won't believe it. There are plenty of serious women out there, guys. They are, you know, they are to the brim of society, guys. Just society is over flooded with them. You know, I can't go out to throw the garbage without finding 5 serious women who want to be impregnated by me. I cannot tell you guys. The amount of serious women out there is so much. Woohoo! Just all of them, like 95%, guys, of women are serious women. You wouldn't believe it, guys. Don't get discouraged by rejection. It happens to all of us, and it's the price of admittance. Just be proud you had the courage to ask, and the more you do it, the easier it gets. You may have to go through a lot of rejection before you get a yes, but it will all be worth it when you find that person. If you find that person. Should I correct you? Because, you know, that's like the whole reason why there's the red pill. Because there's just simply not enough good women for all the men who want something serious. So let me change it to if you find that person, because a lot of men won't. A lot of men will never find that woman and fucking die alone. That's the whole problem, you know? It doesn't get solved by asking more people out. But let's continue. When you have them, be a loving, attentive partner. I already did that twice and they backstabbed me. I don't know. Can you relate, guys? Probably you can. You were a perfect man. Well, not perfect, right? Nobody's perfect, but you were a good enough man. You were attentive, you were loving, writing the poems, you know, gifting the flowers. And they still backstab you. They still fucked you from behind. Now, I get it. That's life. We cannot expect to get into a relationship and for it to never break off. It happens, right? Shit happens. I'm not saying we men are some special creatures that deserve to never get backstabbed. It happens to everyone. But, you know, I noticed it happens more often to men because women initiate over 70% of the divorces, you know? There's like this whole thing going on where women are rewarded by the government for breaking off their vows. So, I don't know. I just don't think it no longer cuts it that, oh yeah, just get into a relationship, be loving and attentive. Yeah, already tried that twice and they fucked me from behind, you know? And a lot of men can relate to this. So probably all men watching can relate to this, you know? Just no longer fucking cuts it, dude. I'm tired of this blue pill Disney narrative. Oh, just be a good person. No, I already tried that. You know? So now I expect out of you, if you're gonna give me advice, to not give me the same fucking advice that got me in this place to begin with. But anyway, let's keep reading. Don't take them for granted, but don't tolerate disrespect. Relationships need to be reciprocal. You want a fulfilling and loving relationship, not one you have to walk on eggshells all the time. Very much agree with that one. It really is a shame that this garbage is being shoved down young people's throats. Yes, don't be a pushover, suck up for women and have respect for yourself. Also, don't become a cocky dick buying into that alpha male BS and lose yourself trying to impress women. Both are just as bad in their own ways. The women who want that aren't worth your time, and trust me, there are good women out there who just want a kind, strong man who is secure in themselves. Well, I sure hope I see one soon, dude. But alright. Look, geez, I agree with a lot of the things that were said here, and I do agree that this advice of, oh, go out there and fuck all the women you can, is equally as bad as sucking up to women and being a simp. I very much agree with a lot of these things. It's just my issue at the end of the day is that you're not solving the problem. I don't know if this post was meant to solve the problem. Maybe it was meant just as some encouragement, which I appreciate. Yeah, I will give out the same advice. Be a good, kind-hearted man. Don't become a dick just to be successful with women. But it just still doesn't solve the problem that most women are just not dating material. That's it. And I'm a bit tired of hearing this always targeted to men. How many articles have you read, guys? And it's always targeted towards men. I'm not cherry picking them. Go on dating advice on Reddit and read all the posts you want. You will never see a post targeted at women. Never, never, ever in the existence of what was this shit? Reddit. Was there a single fucking post targeted at women? It's always targeted at men. Oh, here's what men need to do. Here's 1, 2, 3, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Here's more and more. Just 400 articles. Men, do this, do that, do your thing. No. Here's how you should behave. No, do this. Dude, fuck off. We've heard it. We've heard it millions of times. Be more positive. Do this, do that. Why don't women start doing a fuck in this whole thing? How about that one, dude? It's like men keep getting these long-ass lists of advice. When will women move their fucking little pinky finger in order to solve any of this? I know that men are the problem solvers and all that. I know. You know, but there comes a point where we men are like trying to do 400 different things and women are not even thinking about this for 2 minutes, alright? And this is why I showed you the first TikTok, because there was a woman there who targeted women. That's what I want to fucking hear about. I'm tired to my ass of advice targeted towards men. Hey, let women do something, right? Something will be a beginning. But anyway, gentlemen, thank you for watching. Bit of a longer video. Again, I agree with most things on this article, and they're good things, and I genuinely want men to be good. I don't want men to be assholes in order to get women. I don't want men to be players. I don't think it's good, neither for society, neither for men, neither for women, neither for yourself, neither for nobody. But at the end of the day, we have enough good men. Don't worry about it, dude. There's enough good men for single ladies to pick from. Let's start focusing on women, alright? But guys, thank you for watching. Let me know your thoughts down below, and I'll be happy to see you next time. Have a good one.